Hello, I'm Tatiana. How are you?
I'm going to catch you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, how are you today?
I'm okay. Not too bad today.
All right, I'm glad you're here. What brings you in today?
I found out that my sister has stage 4 brain cancer, and I've really been depressed lately, and it's just been real heavy on me, and I just not sure how to handle the situation.
Okay, well, I believe that I am able to help you with that today and help you work this out. I'm here to listen to you and to help you in the best way possible. First, I'd like to explain to you about how the interview process will work, everything that you'll be dealing with.
Okay.
First, I'm going to start with giving you the informed consent. I'll read it over for you as a review between us two. Then I'll hand it to you, let you read over it, and you can sign it.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. All right. Dear friend, I am a student in engineering skills at Delaware Technical Community College. One of the requirements of this course is that I practice counseling skills with volunteers. I appreciate your willingness to work with me on my class assignments. You may wish to talk about real concerns that you may have, or you may prefer to role play a problem or issue that does not necessarily relate to you. Please let me know, however, which of these two possibilities you choose. Here are some important dimensions of our work together. Confidentiality. As a student, I cannot offer any form of legal confidentiality. You may rest assured, however, that what you tell me in a real or role-play situation will remain confidential and remain with me except for the following important exceptions, which must be reported to the instructor as required by state law. A serious issue of harm to yourself or others, indications of abusing or neglecting children, the elderly or disabled persons. If a Delaware Technical Community College student, disclosure that you are a current victim of domestic violence or sexual assault. Audio and or videotaping. An important part of interviewing training is making a recording and listening to my own work. This may be shared with the supervisor, Dr. Marshall, and or other students in my class. You'll find that recording does not affect our practice sessions so long as you and I are comfortable. If you wish, we can turn off the recording at any time. Recordings or written transcripts of the recording will be destroyed at the end of the course unless I have additional written permission from you. Boundaries of competence. As I begin as an interviewer, I obviously cannot do counseling and therapy. This is a practice session so that I can learn how to apply basic listening skills. In fact, I'd appreciate feedback from you as my performance and what you find helpful. If you have any questions, you may contact my instructor, Dr. Marshall, at 302-259-6530 or email at emarshall2@dtcc.edu. All right.
Sign button.
Yep, sign, read over. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to explain to you.
Where it says volunteer client?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, what are your expectations that you plan to get from counseling today?
Well, hopefully my expectations are to help me solve my depression and how to handle it much better in the future.
Okay. All right. Well, could you elaborate more for me?
One of the examples of me being depressed is I'm really have a lot of sadness and I lose a lot of interest in different stuff, so I'm kind of isolated. So maybe an example.
Can you give me an example?
Okay, so you're gonna say example. Today we were on the trail and we had to do trail removal and move wooden pieces and stuff. And I kind of the group was ahead of me and I'm way in the back. And one of the guys noticed that I wasn't giving my 100%, and I was kind of slacking. I'm most of the time happy and joyous, and I'm entertaining and interacting with people, but they were trying to get me to be in a spirit with them, and then I kind of told them the same situation that was happening, that sister has cancer, I don't know when she's gonna live. We've been through everything together. That's my go-to person when I need advice and stuff. Maybe another example is when my brothers recently passed away in July. So I have a lot of death in my family, so that it hits me home. It hits me at home real hard. just the thought of somebody dying is just, I don't say like I want to kill myself or suicide or anything like that, but I just kind of, lose interest in a lot of stuff. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to go to a party. I'm 21. I should be, dancing and clubbing, but I don't want to be bothered with anybody, or I'm just through with everything. And even at home, they're eating at the dinner table, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to my room to eat. Where usually I'm at the table eating and interacting, or playing family game night, or watching TV or movie. I'm just have my moments where I just break down, and I don't want nobody in my sight. I have to be by myself.
And are there any ways that you're dealing with this depression besides isolating yourself? Have you tried talking to anyone before me?
Honestly, I usually try to talk to my niece. She moved in probably like 6 months ago. She kind of gives me suggestions of way, how to better handle stuff. Like, hey, maybe write down positive things that that you remember about your sister, or things you could have done better. I've been taking medicine, but I feel like I'm not a big fan of medicine. I feel like medicine doesn't work. The best option is to talk to somebody, getting it out, even crying. That's one of my options. I just, it mellows me out, and then I'm like done for the night. And then I repeat, and then my problem is I repeat it the next day. So I need to learn how to get out of that phase of, dealing with it internally on my own.
Yeah, I think that's a good assessment of yourself. Maybe you can have better ways of dealing with it. Do you know any ways that you could deal with it, or?
Actually, I'm still working on that, trying to figure out how I can internally fix my problems. It's not more of other people, but something I have to work on. Thinking of, she's gonna be gone, but I have to think about the positive things in life, what we did together. Just thinking positive in the whole situation. Her son is up there in heaven, so I know she's gonna be even happy because she's up there with her son.
Yeah. And I do think that it's always good to come up with different ways to deal with different situations.
Right.
But looking at the positives is not always the best way to go,
right.
Because you forget. Oh shit. I think that you should talk about the negative feelings and emotions in order to deal with the situations that you are going through. Are there any negative emotions or feelings that you would like to talk about today?
Yeah, as far as as my situation?
Yes.
Really just the fact that, everybody, to be honest, everybody dies. There's nothing that I can do, you can do. Nobody can control that. Sometimes I get mad at God because I'm like, why do people die?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, especially, why do good people die? And there's bad people out here doing crimes and stuff, and they live to be forever. So it's just really hard for me to know that I cannot control or change or rearrange the whole situation. This is all in God's plan. There's nothing that I can do about that. So it's really rough, just thinking about that fact, but I'm just gonna have to learn to adjust, and it's just a part of life. It's part of the ecosystem of us. This is what we do. We go and we pass away.
Yeah, it's definitely a part of life, but that doesn't make it any easier.
Right.
I do understand what you're trying to get across to me.
Right.
Sounds like you've been holding a lot in. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah. That's a whole nother story, but I'll get into detail. My whole family really, we're not the people that kind of express our feelings and emotions, so that's why it's kind of hard for me. We usually, I guess it's called bottling up and holding it in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like express myself. I'm just like, all right, oh well, shrug my shoulders, this is what it is, move on. Or he said that, it is what it is, they didn't mean it like that, That's how my parents always been, just don't worry about it, we'll deal with that later. And we never get to that situation. And then I'm to a point where, I explode. Either anger or like depression, or I start crying out of nowhere when somebody says, hey, you should have talked to me about this, which I should have done, but that's not what I was raised on. So I definitely need to learn how to, speak to people more, and maybe they can relate to me, what they might be going through the same thing. They might know somebody who's gone through that and how they handle it, and how I can handle it the same way. If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
So I've really been trying not to hold in, but it's just really rough. Just life goes on. Like the question for life goes on. So I just bottle it in, and just like it is what it is.
Okay. Bottling in your emotions can make it difficult for you to express yourself to anyone.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I can find that go-to person, or like, in other words, that's why I'm in here with you. So I can come to you and express myself and not feel so trapped in my emotions or channel to this depression. So it's a good idea to come here and talk to you and not hold it all bottled in and feel sad about the situation, know how to handle it better when in the future I have that same issue.
Yeah, because I'm a firm believer in talking helps you to relieve and feel stress-free. It does not always solve everything right away, but the more you do it, the more you open up, and the more that we're able to get down to the root of everything.
So I guess over time, it's a process dealing with depression, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the more that you continue on with positive steps towards making it better, the better it will be for you.
Right.
Okay, so today we talked about your sister's cancer and how you feel about that. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
I think you pretty much touched up on everything that different types of ways to handle my depression, not bottling up, and reaching out to other people.
I think you came to that conclusion a lot on your own, but I'm glad that I could help you with that.
Alright, so I think you've been a very good outlet to me. Just knowing how to deal with depression and not holding it in and handling it every day, especially in the future. This is a good way for me because my friend actually is going through the same thing, not with her sister, but with her mother. So I know that's even rough. I can't imagine my mother, having cancer, but now I know how to go about. We can both go through this struggle together and learn how to, the different steps, that it's a process over time. And they say time heals all. I'm a believer that it does heal everything.
Yes.
So now I feel confident going here knowing, hey, I just spoke with somebody. Maybe you want to speak to the same person, or I could be your outlet while you're my outlet to get this situation handled, especially dealing with depression. So.
And I definitely do believe that that's something good. Maybe you can refer her to not me personally, since I'm dealing with you and I'm helping you through your situation. I think that's a boundary we shouldn't cross between friends. But I can refer her to anyone else, or you can talk to her about the situation as well. It depends on how your relationship works with each other. But I think that that'll be a good idea because I feel like talking is the best way. But I understand that not everyone is ready to talk.
That's true. I'm more of an outspoken person. I know I said I was internal and I never talk, but I guess now I'm an outspoken person. I like to explain stuff now and just I'm really kind of say how I feel. It is what it is kind of person, But whereas my friend, she's like she definitely bottles up. She's always been like that. And maybe I can help her to express herself more. And we just have each other's back. We're the type of friends where, anything happens, we tell each other. And now we're going through the same struggle, so it's even rough for both of us. But I think that this discussion will definitely help me, help her, and vice versa, and definitely help me in the future. Absolutely.
Okay, I think that that's amazing that you have a friend who you can talk to about stuff.
Right.
But sometimes you can't tell your friends everything, which makes it easier for you to come to a counselor and express yourself a lot more. But is there anything else that you would like to get off your mind today?
That was pretty much the basic of everything. It's just been a real rough time for me right now. This is the first time that other people have passed away, but this is the first time that I've ever dealt with cancer itself. And just the fact that even depression, knowing that there's no cure. Like they give you medicine and chemotherapy, but I know at the end of the day, that person's eventually gonna, pass on and leave, and there's nothing I can do about it. But you've really been a good help talking to me and stuff. So I really appreciate it, and I will be back next week. Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's just pick this back up when we meet again next week. It was great seeing you today. Give me a call if you should need anything sooner.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Glenn.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.